Primary 6.
Thank you, Aliyah. Thank you for joining. Akena.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, go on. We can hear you.
Yes, good morning, members. My name is Kenneth Kenna. Yeah, my name is Kenneth Kenna. I'm a teacher from Bale.
Thank you so
very
much
for the presentation.
Thank you, teacher Akena. I can see someone by the name of TechnoSpark 8C. You can unmute and talk about yourself. Mr. Akena, I'm going to ask you politely to turn off your video after introduction. Thank you. Yes, you tell us your name?
Yes, hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Joel, listening, the P6 people. Thank you.
All right, thank you for joining us. Innocent?
Joel.
Okay, there is someone
Hello.
called Innocent. Yes, please.
My name is Wamboga Innocent from Mbale City.
All right, thank you for joining us. I hope you will benefit.
Yes.
Joel, I request you to rename your phone to your name. You just hover around it. You go to participants, hover around your name, and then you click rename, and then you'll be able to rename. Evan, tell us. Unmute. Someone by the name of Evan. Oh, that's gone off. Okay. Spark Go, TechnoSpark Go. Just let us know of your name and then where you come from. Then we shall start. Okay. All right. Spark Go does not have a speaker. So we shall start. As I told you, my name is Jonah Gava. I am a teacher of language. I work with Yaka. Yaka is a product of Ultimate Media Consult, which deals in so many things. And Yaka, being a product of Ultimate Media Consult, is a product that's designed to offer online learning and teaching to any child anywhere for 24/7 at any time. So we are a dedicated group of people, professional teachers, trying our level best to make sure that learning continues beyond the boundaries of a geographical class. So today, we thought it wise that we would introduce to you the topic of tenses. Tenses are key. Tenses are very important. Actually, tenses, the tense is the fiber that holds together the language. For every language to be successful, you need to know the tenses. So it is very important that we navigate the tenses. For all of you who are at school in class, the first thing you have to understand is the tense. If you get to know the tense of anything, of any construction, it will be very easy for you to answer the question. For teachers, if you want to be able to teach effectively so that your children understand other than cramming, constructions and stuff like that, you just need to make sure that they understand what tenses are and their constructions. So this is what we are going to talk about today. So before I open the second slide, I want to find out from you, two people, to tell me their expectations so that we can be on the same page. You put up the hand, I pick you, you share with us your expectation in this workshop, in this seminar. Yes, I have a few hands up. I have Technospark 8C, that's Joel. Joel, please share with us, unmute and share with us your expectations. And then later, Kenneth will also share, and then we shall dive into it together. Yes.
I'm very happy to be in this team today. And my expectations are, I would like to know the tenses and what are some of the things which make learners fail as far as tenses are concerned. And besides this, how can someone be helped to build on the tenses in regard to either talking to one another and answering examination? I've seen so many people fail just because the use of tenses is not all that proper. We know very well that tenses build up somebody's grammar. And if somebody's grammar is not right, you find that that person perhaps could be the foundation is not okay. But first of all, I want to appreciate Yaka for organizing such a good meeting, and I think it's going to benefit us. So by the end of the day, as per me, I hope to benefit and know the types of tenses we have, the application of tenses, the groups of tenses, and when do we teach or learn these tenses. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hang in there. I believe by the end of this, you'll be able to realize your expectations. Yes, Kenneth.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jonah, and then my other colleagues from different walks of life. So appreciative for being part of this important session. My expectation by the end of this session, I expect, if possible, we should be able to get answered from the host. That is one. Secondly, I also expect that this session should be a participatory session, but not a lecture. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Kenna. We are glad you have joined. All right, Evan is a student teacher from Buloba. Thank you so much for joining us. And then I encourage you who have just joined us to take time and put your details in there in the inboxes. Our chat is open to share with us your expectations and also where you come from, where you're joining from. Just to make the last part of the introduction, as I've told you, my name is Jonah Vyalgava. I am a teacher of language, and I work with Yaka. Yaka is a product of Ultimate Media Consult. We deal in so many things, but majorly Yaka is concerned with making sure that learning and teaching continues. I mean, they continue even beyond the geographical boundaries. Yes, we are going to dive into the three major tenses. Basically, I would not call them tenses, but I would call them groups. But because this is how we understand it, I put it like this. Who can share with us what you understand by the term major tenses? Major tenses. Which major tense do you know? I will be picking hands from the participants, because yes, we are discussing the major tenses. Major, I mean, from the major we get the subdivisions. So I want the major one. Yes, Akena.
Yeah, thank you very much, John. And
Yeah.
I also want to appreciate Patricia, who is co-hosting the session. What I know about tense is that a tense by definition is a change of verb with time. And then when we look at the major tenses, according to my research, we have the present tense, we have the past tense, and we have the future tense. However, those major tenses have got other subdivisions, which I know we shall talk about them in our subsequent session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kenneth. Yes, as he said it, 3 major. From these major tenses, this is where we get the other ones. And as he said, we have the first one being the present tense, the past tense, and the future tense. So as you can see, that's what we have. So when you are teaching children tenses on the first day, it is very important to let them know that the major tenses are these. Before you even dive into the subdivisions, it is very important that the children know the uniformity, that all present tenses are like this. They are present because of this. All the past tenses are past because of this. It is very important that on the first day you enter class, don't just introduce the past simple tense or the present simple tense, but let them know where it comes from. Before you introduce one particular subdivision, let them know where they come from. So we are going to look at now the present tense, and we are going to discuss the subdivisions in the present tense. Subdivisions in the present tense. Subdivisions in the present tense. I want suggestions. Which subdivisions, which tenses are in the present tense? I can see Kenneth is up here. Another one, we should be enjoying the discussion. We should be enjoying the discussion, all of us. I am glad my friend Victor is joining. Victor, you're welcome, my good friend. Yes, let me start with Joel. Joel, I want you to give a few subdivisions, you know, in the present simple, rather in the present tense. Yes. Alia, present continuous tense, beautiful. Any other? Yes, 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 Joel. We can also make use of the chat. It is open and running. We already have 2 present simple tense from Keshiana, one of our learners here at Yaka. Alia, also one of our learners. Yes, we have 2 already.
I have,
please go on.
Yes, hello?
Please go on.
Yes, hello?
Please go
Hello?
on.
Yeah, we have from the present tense, we have the present continuous tense. Then there is a present simple continuous tense.
Yes.
Then there is present perfect tense.
Present perfect one tense there that you said okay. I appreciate your effort. Thank you so much. Present, but we don't have the present simple continuous. That does not appear. It seems, yes. You want to add something? Your hand is still up. Okay. So as you have said, basically there are 4 subdivisions. There are 4 subdivisions, and the 4 subdivisions are as follows: the present simple tense, the present continuous tense, the present perfect tense, and the present perfect continuous tense. But remember, we teach deductively from the known to unknown. So when you are teaching the children, or when you want to find out about tenses, you are searching the internet, you should start with the present simple tense because it is quite simpler. Its name simple does not mean that it is simple, but you should start with the present simple before you continue to present continuous and also to the present perfect tense. Now, This is what I do, and this is what I encourage people to do. When I'm teaching, I teach simple tenses all together. So when I look at the simple tenses, that means I'll look at the present simple tense, the past simple tense, and also the future simple tense, because all simple tenses seem to behave the same way. Alia, your hand is up. Please say something. I don't want to leave anyone behind.
Excuse me, teacher, but how about the present participle?
Oh, thank you so much for your concern, Alia. And this is also true for the rest of us. Many of us think the present participle is a tense. And the truth is, the present participle is not a tense. I'm going to create another slide. You'll bear with me. This is where we were, so that we can discuss this. Yes. The participle. Now, the participles at our level are verb forms. They are not tenses. They are verb forms. Just as you have the infinitive, you also have the participle. At our level, we basically, at our level of primary, we basically look at two of them. A verb will have an infinitive, an infinitive. Share, turn off your video. Thank you for joining us. A verb will have an infinitive. It will have the present participle, form, and also have the past participle form. These are the forms, the participle forms we basically spend time teaching in a primary school. So let's take an example of, Aliyah, choose one verb, one action verb. Aliyah, choose one action verb and share with us.
Sweep.
Sweep. Thank you. Huh? I beg your pardon?
Sweep.
Sweep. Okay. I hope that's what you wanted. Now, the present participle form of sweep is sweeping. You see, that's a verb form. It's not a tense. We are going to come back to this. And then the past participle form is swept. Now, why is it important for you to draw a distinction between verb forms and tenses? Thank you, Victor. Thank you so much. Why is it important for us to understand the difference between verb forms and tenses? It's because verb forms are used to make tenses. Verb forms are used to make tenses. You've got to understand the tense, the verb form that is used in which tense. I didn't want to reach this, but you asked a question, a profound question that we needed to answer. Like all continuous tenses, we'll use the present participle form of the main verb plus a helping verb. All of them will use. Then all perfect tenses will definitely use the past participle form of the main verb. You have got to understand that. And then all simple tenses will either use the infinitive, or there is the past form that we always have, the past form. I wanted you to look at an irregular verb like, let's say, write. An irregular verb like write, whose present participle is writing, and the past participle will be written. You see, Then we have the wrote part, which is the past form, just the past form of the main verb. So you have got to understand the 5 forms of the main verb, and then it will be very easy for you to construct sentences in all the tenses. I don't know if I have tried to answer your question earlier. We need to go back to we have digressed a bit, but for the good. Aliyah, have I answered your question?
Yes, teacher.
All right, thank you so much. Let's continue. Basically, we're looking at earlier, before we digressed, we looked at the forms of the present tense. Now let's look at the forms of the past tense. As I said earlier, all sentences have the simple form, they have the continuous form, they have the perfect form, and they have the perfect continuous form. I repeat, all the 3 major tenses we looked at, I've got a simple form, I've got a continuous form, and they've also got the perfect form and the perfect continuous form. This is why you will find some books addressing them as simple present, simple past, and simple future. Continuous present or progressive, continuous past, continuous future, perfect present, perfect past, perfect future. Because you have got to understand how simple tenses behave, how continuous tenses behave, how perfect tenses behave, and how perfect continuous tenses behave. So this one we have already discussed. Even the future tense has got the same subdivisions. So my role and our responsibility as teachers is to help children understand how simple tenses behave. All of us love generalizations. If you are able to draw a general rule that governs something, it will be very easy and beautiful for someone to learn. So this is why it's important that we investigate and understand the general rules that govern different grammatical aspects. So we are done with the subdivisions. I want to invite questions. If there is any question about the subdivisions, about the 12 tenses, we are now going to try and understand one by one. Is there any question about the subdivisions of the tenses? If you have any question, please feel free to put your hand up and then we shall address the question. Feel free to use the chat. You can put your question there and then we shall also answer it. We are here to learn together. Yes, Joe, you have a question. Please unmute and you speak.
Yeah, thank you so much, organizer, for this beautiful learning time. My question is a bit diverging, a little bit from what we are discussing, but not all that. I just request that we share on the types of verbs, we have, and as well, what are some of the trickings or ways when teaching which makes people fail to differentiate about tenses and mix them. In simple terms, I'm trying to ask a question which says, let's share some of the common mistakes which people use and end up failing this use of tenses. Then also, I would like to request that someone on the background who is making a lot of noise, I request that that person can unmute whenever he or she is not talking, because it affects us this side. Otherwise, thank you so much. I enjoy the show.
Thank you, Joe, for that beautiful idea. Yes, as I told you, for you to understand tenses, basically you have to understand verb forms. Verb forms. In the book called Practical English Usage, written by Michael Swan, the verb forms are well stipulated as 5. Verb forms first, and then we shall come to constructions. Okay, let me just share another slide here for our learning. Okay. Verb forms. Now, first, we've got to understand that there is an infinitive. These verb forms are basically for principal verbs. Principal verbs. So we've got to understand there is what we call the infinitive. Now, what is an infinitive? Joel. Anyone who can help us understand in simple terms what an infinitive is? Anyone? Hello? Can you hear me? All right. An infinitive is the base form of a verb. The base form of a verb. What does this mean? That a verb in its natural form is what we call an infinitive. Now, when you try to investigate, to read about infinitives, you will find that there are 2 sorts of infinitives. The first type is the bare infinitive, and the second one is the to infinitive. Now, the to infinitive is the one that has a preposition to before it. Then the bare infinitive is the one that moves alone. So if we say this is the verb in its natural form or in its base form, we mean if the word is writing and you want its infinitive, therefore the infinitive is write. The verbs in a verb in its bare form, in its natural form, or to write. So that's an infinitive. And then you have dance, all sorts of drink. We said there are 2 types of infinitive. We have a to infinitive and a bare infinitive. So as long as the verb is in its natural form, that is an infinitive. Okay? Then we come to the next part. This one is like the infinitive, but it's what we use to make the present simple form. So we shall leave it for that. The present simple form, where you add s, es, and ies to the infinitive, depending on the nature of the infinitive. Then we shall come to the present participle, form. And we said earlier that this is what some people call the ing form. The ing form. It is used to form tenses. It is used to form continuous tenses. I speak that deliberately because it is very clear. So you need to understand, if you are taking note, you take note and say present participle form or present participle form of verbs is used to make continuous tenses. All continuous tenses will draw their main verbs from this form. Forms like writing, dancing, speak of drawing. So as long as it ends in ing, that is the infinitive. Is that clear? Rather, that is the present participle. I'm sorry, the present participle. So all continuous tenses will draw their main verbs from in here. Then we have the second one called the past form. Now the past form, you have to be careful. It is only used by the past simple tense, and it verbs like drew, yes, for draw, wrote for write, danced for dance, yes, drank with a for drank, for drink. So this is the past form. I hope that is also clear. The past form, and from this verb form, we get main verbs that we use to make the past simple tense. Let's come to the second last, which is the past participle, the past participle form. Now, the past participle form is used to make the perfect tenses, as I said earlier. From this verb form, together with helping verbs that you're going to look at, we get the past, the perfect tenses. Perfect tenses. If it is draw, then we shall have drawn. If it is write, we shall have written. If it is dance, oh, this one is supposed to be danced. We shall have danced still, danced. If it is drink, we shall have drunk. Now that's where the distinction is. And then we have the other form, the present form that I told you about, where you add IES, ES, and the S to the main verb. Now, with these 5 actually, the other one is like an infinitive, we add the helping verb. Remember, we have 3 major helping verbs, and they are to be, to do, and to have. Now they have forms. To be has 8 forms. To do, normal. So we have as a helping verb to be, the be form, the infinitive is be, and then we have being the present participle form now. We have was, stroke were. We have is, stroke stroke are. How many are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we have being. Those are the 8 forms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 forms of being. Sorry. 8 forms of the helping verb to be. Now, from these helping verbs, when you get this helping verb, you combine it with a main verb form, you make a tense. You pick a helping verb, combine it with a main verb, you make a tense. Let's just look at the last one, the second last, which is to do. To do, definitely that is the infinitive. Did, past. Oh, did, does, and do. Yes, those 3, they are used to ask questions in simple tenses. To ask questions in simple tenses, and also negate simple tenses, to make them negative. Then we have has, have had. These three are used in the perfect tenses. You pick up on one of the three and then plus a past participle form, you make all perfect tenses. So basically that's what I can talk about right now, about the two distinctive parts that form tenses. Allow me, if there are no questions, to jump into, I know that there are questions that I can rectify or that we can discuss about these tenses, about these verbs that we have looked at earlier here, the verb forms and the helping verbs. Are we good? Are we good? Okay, even the person who asked the question has left. Any questions before we move away from this? Do we have any questions? Yes, Joe. Yes, Joe.
Yes, very happy. I'm so much good. I just wanted to confirm, do we have transitive and intransitive verbs? What about the modal verbs and which other? The modal verbs, transitive, intransitive. First, help me only to know the types of verbs we have and their number. If there is any new one which has been added, otherwise, I really appreciate what you are doing. May God bless you.
I don't know. I wanted you were breaking in the first minute. I don't know what you said in the first minute, the first part of your conversation.
Okay, thank you so much. I was saying, I wanted to confirm to us if there is any other additional verb we have besides the modal verb, the transitive verb, the intransitive verbs, I mean the types. Then what you have explained here is okay. We are learning and we really appreciate you so much. So only that besides the forms, as you go on, we wanted to you confirm with us if there is any other additional verb to the verbs that you have been there before. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Joe. Thank you so much for your question. They are guiding us to what we came for. However, I will take time at the end to try and draw for you the types, the forms. But basically, you just need to understand that forms will never end. Anyone can draw a form basing on the function, basing on forms are usually drawn basing on functions, basing on what the formation, like transitive and intransitive basically is about the object. I don't want to go deep there, but I will take time off at the end to try and help us understand. And actually, because they are basically about the formation, the presence of the object in a sentence or the absence of the object in the sentence makes a verb either transitive or intransitive. I repeat, the formation, the presence of an object in a sentence or its absence makes a verb either transitive or intransitive. However, we have prepared content, we have good content that is available to help and explain everything we are talking about here. Allow us to continue to the present simple tense. Now, the present simple tense. The present simple tense. I'm going to explain present simple tense so that it is easy for us to understand the future simple and also the past simple. Now, all simple tenses, not all, but I'm going to base on the two, that is the past simple and the present simple, do not have helping verbs in the declarative sentences. I repeat, if you construct an affirmative sentence, that is a sentence which is not asking a question. If you are affirming, and it's not a negative sentence, therefore, that means you don't need any helping verb. So when you look at any sentence and you don't see any helping verb there, just know that that sentence is either present simple or past simple. If you look at any sentence, I repeat, and you don't see any helping verb, we have looked at the helping verbs, the to be, the to have, and the to do. If you don't see any of them in a sentence, just know that that sentence is either present simple or past simple. Is that clear? Now we are basing on the construction to understand the tenses. Is that clear? If it is clear, give me a thumb up in the chat. If you have understood that, give me a thumb up in the chat. If it is not clear, please give me a thumb down so that I can repeat. I have 2 thumbs up. Give me a thumb down if it is not clear so that I can repeat. Give me a thumb up if it is clear, a thumb down if it is not clear. I have 2 thumbs up. 3. Oh, thank you. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. So you don't need any magic to understand that a sentence is present simple or past simple. Just look at it. When you look at it, find out, does it have any helping verb? Then it will be very easy for you to tell. All right, let's continue. So we are saying the present simple tense. Aliyah, can you read for us what is on the screen?
The present simple tense. This tense is used to show actions that happen regularly. That is to say, Iggy, every day, every week, every month, every year. The common adverbs used are sometimes, usually, always, often, rarely, normally, occasionally, frequently. Examples: I play football every day. She writes in her notebook every day, every week.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Aliyah. So we are saying this tense is used to show actions that happen regularly. That means on a regular basis, to report the actions that happen on a regular basis. Now that we have looked at the construction, now function. Construction, now function. The construction was no helping verb. The function is actions that happen regularly. Actions that happen regularly. Joel, your hand is up. I don't want to leave you.
Oh, thank you. I just wanted to correct my colleague. What could be the right pronunciation of that word? Is it often or often?
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Often the T is silent. Aliyah, the T is silent. Often. Always, often, rarely, normally, occasionally, frequently. And then the other thing that I've realized, many teachers tend to write every day as one word. That will, yes, there is every day as one word, but that is an adjective. So when you are saying everyday life, that is one word. But when you are talking about every day as an adverb, then it's supposed to be spaced. I hope you take note of that. We have looked at the construction, and now we have also looked at the function. So I play football every day. She writes in her notebook every week. That means she does it on a regular basis. Then for Aliyah and other candidates, e.g. is a Latin word, is a Latin short form for exempli glacia, which means for example. For example. So you have to space the word example. You have to space the two. You write for and then example. You can also write for instance, but they are two separate words. I don't know if there is anybody with a question about the present simple tense. Anyone with a question? No questions. Thank you. So after this, I want us to run and look at let's first leave the present continuous. Let's run and look at the past simple tense. Past simple. Now the past simple, okay, let's get someone. Okay. Patricia, could you help me and text Fatna and Ronald to help them and learn how to connect their audio? Patricia? Oh, Patricia has gone off. Is this Bernard? Pasco? Please help them connect their audio, or Herman, whoever can.
Okay, do that, Shajan.
Thank you so much. Help them. So, who can read for us this text? The screen. Sorry. You read for us. Want to try and connect the dots. Someone to read for us? Yes, Evan?
The past simple tense. This tense is used to show an action that happened sometimes back. For example, yesterday, last week, last month, last year, etc. All verbs must be in past tense. I played football. She wrote in her notebook.
Very good. The construction is very good. Thank you, Evan. The construction is very clear. The construction is based on no helping verb, because the verb you are using is strong enough. Number two, the function is to show an action that happened in the past, sometime back. Even if it is 2 minutes, even if it is 1 second back, that's already past. So if you want to report an action that started and ended in the past, use the past simple tense. If you want to report an action that happened and that started and stopped in the past, you use the past simple tense. It's as simple as that. So the similarity between the present simple tense and the past simple tense is that both of them do not use any helping verb. I don't know if that makes sense. Does it? So that's the similarity. Make sure that children understand, or if you're a child, make sure that you understand that the two simple tenses do not have helping verbs in the affirmative form. Thank you. So we go back and look at, the present continuous tense. But before we look at the present continuous tense, what do you remember? What did I say about the present continuous tense? I want some hands up. Construction, we are going to look at the construction first, or the composition. What is it made up of? You have to understand what it is made up of. Someone to share with us what they understand. Present continuous tense. Someone? Yes, Joe?
Thank you so much. I'm going to try. The present continuous tense, this one talks of things which are done on a daily basis. For instance, at that very actual time, like somebody can say dancing, cooking, sweeping, among others. However, I request you help us. We normally get challenges when using these tenses as far as present continuous tense is concerned. The word dirty, smooth, beat, and beaten. There is beat of a cane. Then there is beat of like a snake was bitten by a snake. So I needed some clarification on how we can use dirty, smooth, then beat, B-E-A-T, then B-I-T-T-A-N. And like when do we use beat as B-I-T, like that? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Joel. Joel, you discussed function, function of the present continuous. Thank you, though you said it very well. I like that. Now, someone help us understand the construction, the composition, the makeup, the structure of the present continuous tense. Someone in the inbox said they have the ing form. That's beautiful. What do we call the ing form? Which formal term, which grammatical term is given to verbs ending in ing? We are writing, people will get gifts for active participation. Yes, yes, Jakisha. Please unmute. Please unmute. Your hand is up. Alia, share with us. Okay, thank you. I told us a few moments ago that the present continuous tense, actually, I don't want to say present continuous tense, but I want to generalize. Patricia, could you help Daniel Kamwimi? Please. Thank you, Patricia. I shared earlier the formation, and I said, if you're a teacher, you need to help children understand. If you're a child, you need to understand that all continuous tenses, all of them, the three, must use the present participle form of the main verb. Now, I said this deliberately, and I'm going to share a new slide to help us understand. For those verbs, they are the ones we are going to use here. Continuous tenses. continuous tenses. Now, we said the first thing is they must use a verb in the present participle form. Anyone to give us a verb in the present participle form? Anyone? Just type in the chat, type in the chat. Any verb in the present participle form? Or you call it progressive, others call it continuous, but the right terminology is present participle. Type in the chat. I don't see anyone. I don't see any answer. One is here. Reading, thank you. Another, any other? Any other? Any other? Any other? Any other? Reading, any other? Any other? I'm waiting for some more too. Some more too. Some more too. Singing, thank you. Thank you. Dancing, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sweeping, thank you. So they use those forms. Now, it is beautiful. You are going to like it. I promise you. If we pick up on a word like sweeping, yes, sweeping the class. All continuous tenses are going to be like that. So what determines whether it is present continuous, past continuous, or future continuous is the helping verb that comes before it. Let me repeat. All continuous verbs, all continuous tenses would be like that. What determines whether they are present continuous, past continuous, future continuous is the helping verb that comes before that verb. Yes? So if we put here a verb are sweeping, and then definitely we give it a subject and we say they are sweeping. This one becomes the, who can tell me this tense? Who can tell me this tense? Put it in the chat, put it in the chat, put it in the chat. Which tense is that when we say they are sweeping the class? Put it in the chat. They are sweeping the class. Which tense? Which tense? Which tense? Yes. Yes. Thank you, Bernard. Thank you so much. So what? So as Bernard has said, this is the present. This is the present continuous. The present continuous tense. Okay. Why is it present? Because of the word are. You see? Because of the helping verb are. That makes it present. You see? Because are is present. Why is it continuous? Because of the present participle form, which is a sweeping. So if they tell you construct one sentence in the past continuous, we shall maintain our subject they, and now the only thing we change is are. What is the past form of are? Write in the chat. What is the past form of are? Write in the chat. Past form of are. Very good. Very good. Very good. So we have were. They were. Now we shall keep our main verb because we are dealing with a continuous tense. The class. You see, they were sweeping the class. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now you can see that what the only thing that has changed, and we are saying this tense is past continuous tense. And we can see that the only thing that has changed from sentence A to sentence B is this word. And we know that this one is the past form of are. I don't know whether it is clear. I don't know whether it is clear. Let's come to the second one. Now we shall have our they, which is our subject, and then what could be, which modal verb is used to show the future? Which modal verb is used to show the future? Bernard is speaking, but we can't hear you.
I think it is shall.
Shall or will.
Could.
Okay, so we can simply say they will or shall, then we put our be form, then we say sweeping the class. So this one becomes future continuous. Future continuous tense. Now, you will observe keenly that the only thing that changes in these three sentences is basically the only thing that changes is the helping verb, but the main verb remains the same. Is that clear? So all continuous tenses behave the same way. So whenever you are given a sentence, first look at its main verb. Now, after understanding the main verb, go back and analyze its helping verb. That informs you what tense it is. Any questions? We have done 3 tenses. We have done 3 tenses already. We have done 3 tenses. Anyone with 3 constructions, 3 tenses already. Any problem? Share with us. This one will help you to understand all the tenses in a blink of an eye. In 10 minutes, you'll have mastered the tenses. Yes, Joel. And then after Joel, we shall have a break of about 5 minutes, and then we shall pick up from there. Yes, Joel.
Okay, thank you so much, the host. Mine just like before we have break, I kind of request you to help us know the use of dirty, smooth, beat, and beaten in application to these continuous tenses.
Okay, thank you. So, thank you so much. Basically, we just need to go back to our chart of verb forms. Yes, and we add the infinitive of beat is this. We have that beat, and then we have this bite. Yes, those are the 2 infinitives, beat and bite. Okay, their present participle is beating. Patricia, help me with people with videos turned on. Because
okay, let me deal with that.
Thank you. I can't type here. Okay, thank you so much. We have beating and now biting. You see, now that's those 2. This one is getting a stick and you cane someone, B-E-A-T, beat. Then the other one is bite, which is to do with snakes and stuff like that. Then the passive form, now this one is beat, and this one is also beat. That's the passive form. Those are the passive forms. Beat. My teacher beat me yesterday. The snake bit our dog yesterday. Same pronunciation, different spelling, bit. Okay, and then we have the participle. We have bitten and bitten, okay? So I hope that answers your concern, Joe. Joe, does it answer your concern?
Yes, it answers. Only that the two remaining is dirty and smooth. I will be okay.
I beg your pardon, smooth?
It answers my concern, only that smooth and dirty. Application of dirty and smooth, then I'll be okay.
So bit is clear now?
It's clear.
Very good, thank you. Then we have smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth. Smooth. Smooth as the infinitive. If you want to form its present simple, you add s. You add s, so it will be smooth. Oh, let me just make it longer here. Smooth, smooth, smoothing, smooth. Okay, I know there is a group of people that write smoothen, which is not right. This is the right conjugation. That's how smooth is supposed to be conjugated. And then we spoke of dirty. Dirties. Dirty, dirting, dirtied, dirtied. So I hope you are okay now, my brother. Over to you, Pascal.
Thank you Jonah, for the wonderful session. I hope it's going very well for everyone here. Can I get a thumbs up for if you're enjoying the class in the chat? All right. So as Teacher Jonah is taking some water, Teacher Jonah, I hope this is the right tense to use. Taking. Oh, okay. So my name is Pascal from Yaka Digital Network. We are having a small break. Of course, too much of anything and too much of hard work without play makes Jack a dull boy. So as we are taking a break, I would love to echo about what Teacher Jonah was saying about Yaka Digital Network. It's an online learning platform that's offering online lessons from primary 1 to senior 6. So if you would love to join us, I'm putting our contacts in the chat. We do offer everyday classes, even holiday packages, everything to do with education. We have educational materials, notes, and for every subject, from even for upper primary, upper secondary, senior 6, all that. If you need our contacts in the chat, you can visit our website .cc. Also, I'm putting in the chat. Also, we have a WhatsApp group where all learners are congregating. They are offering or sharing all the seminar materials, seminar information in case maybe you'd love to attend more seminars like this. You can attend for mathematics, for science, every subject we're offering seminar for it. So if you'd love to get more information about them, the link is in the chat, and you can just join and keep ahead of the information. So in case maybe you have any questions, you can This is the time you can raise it about Yaka Dicto network or more clarification. But ideally, that's what we do offer. And lessons can be conducted every day according to the schedule. It's flexible, how you can just attend any class, anytime, anywhere. From wherever you are, you can just have a class. So this is a time maybe as Teacher John is finishing up, is taking his break, you can ask or put in or raise up your hand and maybe you can unmute and you talk to us. So we can take some water as Teacher John is coming back, and then we can be able to resume with our seminar. Yes, sir. Joe, you have your hand up.
Okay, I pass with your WhatsApp number because I see your group is good. And also, in case like you said, every day you carry lunch. At times your words keep changing. How best can we be following you up here and there so that we don't miss some important discussions like this? Thank you.
Sorry, could you repeat that? What's changing?
Like help us with your WhatsApp number. And at times when we need to fill up your programs and you said you carry out learning on daily basis, how best can we be part so that we don't miss? Because it's good.
Then you're able to have take online classes from every day. Yeah, so that would be for a full month. And if you'd love to carry it on long for a full year, you're required only to pay 500,000. Yeah, so you just pay 100,000, 500,000 for the entire year. There you can have classes from January to January, and you can even have promotions from a class to class during that year. Or you can choose to start 2 classes at the same time within that period of 1 year. So depending on what you need, for us, we are always available and flexible to carry on the learning as much as you want it. Okay. So I hope I answer you.
Thank you, Pasco, for that. And more questions can be put
in the chat. Yes,
can be put in the chat. Yes, we get back to what we're discussing. We have already discussed the continuous tenses, and after that, I believe anyone can construct continuous tenses. So it's your task. I want to give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes, everybody, to construct your own sentences, 3 of them, and label them. The present continuous tense, and label it. The past continuous tense, label it, and the future continuous tense. Remember, what makes a tense present is its helping verb. What makes it past is its helping verb. What makes it future is its helping verb. But the main verb remains the same. Please, let's start right about now to construct those sentences. Alia, you have your hand up.
Excuse me, teacher, but should we send them in the chat or we are sending them later?
In the chat right now, real-time assessment, right now, in the chat right now. I am going to look at the first 3 Only the first 3 people. So you should be among the first 3. You should be among the first 3. Construct. Remember what makes a sentence present, continuous. Present is its helping verb. What makes it past is its helping verb. What makes it future is its helping verb. The main verb remains the same in the 3 forms. I am waiting for the first Okay, people are constructing. Thank you, Martha and John. Don't forget that good sentences must have full stops at the end. Don't forget that. Punctuation is key in English. Very important. Yes, Ronald, your hand is up. Please unmute and ask. Ronald, your hand is up. Okay, fine. All right, Joel, we are learning through Yaka and it's awesome. Good. We were learning through your Yaka and it's awesome. Good. Those are 2. The third one is missing. Okay, so thank you so much. We continue as you keep constructing your sentences. Let's now look at the perfect tenses. I like them so much because they also have the same generalization. I beg that you pay attention. Very good, Bella. Thank you so much, Bella. Bella is one of our learners here. Let's look at the perfect tense. You're gonna like it also. The perfect tenses. And the perfect tenses, we are just going to understand a few things, and then it will be very easy for us. We are going to maintain our subject. Okay, so we have present perfect. Now, we said that all perfect tenses, all of them, all perfect tenses draw their verb forms from the past participle verb form. That column of past participle, that's where they get their past form. That's where they get their verb form. So if we have, and then what changes still, the beauty is what changes is the helping verb. So if you have, they have swept the class. They have swept the class. That is present perfect. Now, basing on this, who can tell me the past perfect? Remember, we have said that what changes is the helping verb. The main verb remains the same. What changes is the helping verb. So who can help us to get the past perfect tense? Or who can change that sentence into the past perfect tense? Yes. Anyone? 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 We said just change the what? The main, rather the helping verb. Thank you, Aliyah. Thank you, Aliyah. You've got it. So here what you do, just change the helping verb. What is the past tense of the word have? The past tense of the word have is had. So we shall say they had swept the class. They had swept the class. And then we come to future perfect tense. Future perfect tense. So we must create a little bit of future here. And we say the future is introduced by the word will. And then perfect, then we shall say they will have swept. Swept the class. Now, it is very key. If you are dealing with verbs whose participle form is different from the passive form, words like eaten, ate and eaten, drink, drunk, drank and drunk, drank and drunk, sing, sung and sang and sang. So such verbs, you make sure that you use the right form. Now, I want to share with you the materials that I've been using to teach. You can download them. You can download them. I want to share them with you, with everyone in the meeting. The materials are here. You can use them, modify them to suit your desired learning goal. The materials are right here. I want to share them because due to the unavoidable circumstances. Yes. Okay. The materials are here. I want to, as the materials are loading, anyone with a question? When you go to the chat, I have shared the file. You can download it in the chat via Zoom, and you get everything that as it has been unfolding. And then you can use it to ask questions. I am also available for any inquiries. My number is, let me share my number. My number is 0753 50 8750. My number is 0753 50 8750. Oh, 53 50 8750. That's my number. Try and see if I can connect via this one. Okay. So that we can conclude very well. Yes, any questions?
You have a hand from Ronald.
Yes. Any questions?
Ronald, your hand is up. Can you please unmute and ask your question?
Let me just switch to this device. It can take us.
Are you able to unmute? I asked you to unmute. I think Ronald is not able to unmute. Do you have any other question from anyone? It's Joe. Can you please unmute and ask?
Okay, Mia, thank you so much, team. I just want to know at what time are we ending the session?
Okay. I think we are going to let you know. Fatna, Fatna, unmute and you ask.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Sorry, good afternoon. I didn't understand where you have loaded the material. Can you please, I beg your pardon?
Oh, the material is loaded in chat. If you open chat,
yes,
you will see a file renamed as Seminar August 20. Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Jonah, we can't
Yes.
see that.
I beg your
okay,
pardon?
thank you so much.
We can't the material in the chat. Personally, I can't see it. I don't know if anyone can see them.
Can anyone see it? Can anyone see the material that I have put under chat? You know that sharing of materials via chat. I uploaded it. Yeah.
We can share in the seminar group.
Okay. All right. I'm going to share it also in the seminar group so that we can use it at any time. All right. Any other question? For the issue of questions, I think we have navigated the major tenses, and then the rest for the issue of the time for ending the session, I think we have navigated all the major tenses. And after navigating the major tenses, I've also availed the material that I prepared. We are going to end if there are no questions. Yes, Fatma. Yes, Fatma.
Joe, do you still have your hand up? Do you still have any question? You can unmute and speak. Joe?
I have a request to make.
Yes, please.
I have not seen the material because some of us we are attending this for the first time.
I've shared the link to the seminar group. So if you cannot access the seminar materials here, you can join the Jonah will share the materials, the presentation in the
All right. All right. Any other? Oh, we can.
As a teacher, I first met Aaron this year in fact when I went for the first time.
Okay, Jonah, I think we can end from.
Yes, sure. Thank you so much for attending, and keep with us. Keep asking where you did not understand, and let's work together for the transformation of the teaching and learning. My name is Jonah, as I said earlier, and I work with Yaka Dicto Network. God bless you.
It's Jonah.
Yeah.
Yaka Dicto Network numbers in the group. So in case you need to get us to contact us. Those are the numbers in the group in the chat. So you can ask a question, you can request for any study materials. We shall be happy to avail them to you.
Bye.
So these are our numbers in the chat. So if you can see them, and you can just call in or text. The first number of MTN is on WhatsApp. So you just need anything, you just need to inquire about learning online, you can just WhatsApp us. We shall be able to respond to you immediately. Okay. So otherwise, thanks for coming and have yourself a good day.